What's up? How y'all doing out there? What's happening? So Amerie came out and did an interview where she said that she leaked the song One Thing because Sony wanted to give it to Jennifer Lopez. Just kind of like how she did that. What's that one song that Rich Harrison, who was a producer, ended up giving it to her back in '05, and he had that go-go thing going and she had that sound going with that kind of go-go thing, which because obviously Amerie, when you think about Crazy in Love Beyonce, but Marie was already putting out songs that had that kind of style. But they wanted Jennifer Lopez to do it because they put a lot of money on her with her non-singing behind. And also, she had Ghost in the Machine. So Marie, who was a co-writer of the song, you never knew who was going to be doing the actual singing. But Marie thought, hey, this is the only way I'm going to get heard. They're going to probably drop me. Which she had catchy songs. I don't know if you'd say a catchy career, but she definitely had catchy songs. But the thing about it is when they a non-singing hack like Jennifer Lopez, that they were gonna try to put a song like that on her to put some revive in her career. That's a sad commentary, but that's what the business is like. It really does promote non-talent acts. If you do something strange for the change, and we know Jennifer Lopez and Time Matola, because we know all about the Mariah Carey Glitter soundtrack and the whole songs with Ja Rule and that whole nine. That whole thing was paid, and Puffy owned the masters, which he paid for the first album on the sixth with Dark Child, Rodney Jenkins. So we already know how this thing goes down. It's a business, and they do some strange stuff to get through. But Marie was talking about how this came to be. And I didn't know that the song was leaked like that in order for her to get played. Because if she hadn't done it, she runs the risk of it being jacked to J-Lo. And then you never know who was the actual singer. Because you never know. You know Jennifer Lopez don't sing nothing. So this was interesting to find out. But anyway, I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. As wrong as that sounds about right. Because they were spending big money on Jennifer Lopez. And I think that's right after she had broke up with Diddy, working with Ja Rule now, was married to that dancer, Chris Judd or something, and then the whole thing with Ben Affleck. And it was like a big old production, but Matola in between and all the everything that you've seen. So it was crazy to say the least. And it's a sad part that you have to do something to get yourself some play because they really don't want you and they want to promote somebody that's a lower bracket than you. And that is the sad commentary. But she came out and talked about it. This happens a whole lot in the industry. You know, people have to share the same writers and producers. If you're first, second tier, you got to share it with the third to fifth tier. That's the sad reality. That's what we end up doing now. Well, now where people try to justify non-singing whack acts and try to sound it. Marie for a moment had a couple of things going on, but the industry didn't really put a lot of stock behind her though. But she had it going on for a moment. You know, she had a chance to be. She was somewhere between with Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez and being stuck at Sony, and the whole politics involved. And, it's just so many factors involved that they wanted to control. Because they said they didn't know it was going to be a hit, but they wanted to make sure Jennifer Lopez got it by any means. That's the kind of stuff that these companies do. That's the kind of things they try to manufacture and how they manipulate. And they do it so often than not, where they put a face to a song, and they've done it with everybody. So it's nothing new. Chances are they got 99 copycats that you just ain't heard of, and then they set it up for what they want to do it with. So this, in a way, was an interesting story, and just a sad reality about the business. But I can't say that you're ever shocked or surprised, because this is the kind of thing that sadly still goes on. And that's why I look at people crazy when they sign those 360 deals and those bad deals with the industry, because you're not going to have a say to who you are. And if you don't do something independently, they'll leave you laying and then take your money and take your name and then say you owe them something. So anyway, it's an interesting story that she leaked the song One Thing just so because Sony wanted to give it to Jennifer Lopez. Let me know what you think about that. Twisted, huh? Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like it. That membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.